in Unity, you have a scene with characters on the scene, and now if you press a key, then the character will do something. So if I press the button ESC, the escape button, the animation will do the gangman dance. Now how that works, it goes to idle to start with, and then you have this gangman style. Why does it trigger when I press the escape key? Now if you do escape, project settings, and inputs, okay, so these are some kind of built-in keys that you can use. So for example, if this one here is called cancel, it's linked to the escape key on your keyboard, so you can use that word cancel in some code. So for example, here it says if the button pressed down is cancel, then you're going to play an animation that's going to get triggered by this thing called isGang. Now this code that you see is up on the class website, so you can change this. So I'm going to try to change the gangman animation to something else. So I'm going to choose maybe not space, I think that's used. I'm going to look at one of these ones. This is called fire. I'm going to try, what's submit? Return, okay. So that's one, that's an easy one to find on the keyboard. An easy one to find on your keyboard is return. It's called submit. So this time I'm going to add, when you're in the animator, it might say layers or parameters. Click on plus and you choose trigger. This I'm going to call, so I'm going to look at what I'm going to do, samba. Okay, there is a samba dance there. So I'm now going to call this one is samba. Okay, I'm going to click on samba and just make sure rig, just make sure that's humanoid. Click apply. So now I'm going to drag samba onto my animation and I'm going to try to link it here. So this is now what's called a trigger. So this animation will play when it's triggered, okay, and the trigger will be in this code here. So I'm now going to copy this bit of code here, highlight, Command C, enter. Okay, so now the button down, so I'm now going to change this, is the trigger is called is samba, okay. Now the button that we're going to use was called submit, so I can actually copy that and put that into, okay, so back into the code, Command V. So now the code is set up. So now what I need to do, if I look at this one, this was the gangman one, so it shows a timeline of the different animations, but it's here where it says conditions and it says is gang. If I click on the one that goes back, okay, you've still got that is gang. So basically, if you right click on idle, make transition, drag it into there, I'll also, okay, sorry, and I'll just click on that arrow. So at the moment, conditions, there's nothing to control it. So click plus, choose is samba. I'm going to just right click on this one and also just make a transition to go back and click and also just choose is Samba. Okay, so if I now go back to this code here, click on that triangle to make sure the code is okay. Okay, didn't look like there were any errors. I'm just going to try that again just to make sure. Okay, so this code looks like it's okay. So then we can just test the animation to see whether that trigger does actually work. Back onto the animation, I'll click play. Now, that's the idle animation playing. If I press the return key, okay, nothing is happening. Now I'm going to, okay, there you go, now it's playing. Okay, so that's how it works. If I now press escape, okay, it doesn't go into the gangman. Now, I'm just going to do that one more time. So it does work, but if I press play, okay, and now press escape. Okay, it does gangman straight away. If I press play again, this time hit return, it doesn't play it straight away. The reason for that is back in here. If you click on the arrow that goes to gangman style, okay, sorry, just click on this one here. Where was it? If I click idle and hit, sorry, I click here and you have this one, it has exit time. That means if you untick that, it means that trigger will go straight away. If it is not ticked, so here, see it's ticked, it means it will play the whole of the idle animation before it gets to Samba. So if you untick that, okay, and then try again, click play, what you should see, now if I press return, okay, it does the Samba straight away. So that's just one quick thing just to remember when you're doing that. Okay, thank you.